Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for some more all-out destruction tour. We are back with the Sunday Tour drivers in St. Louis, Missouri. They're going to be tackling this short Chicago-style track tonight, and boy, are these points really starting to matter. So let's take a look at the field and see who we got. Avenger in first place with 28 points, dominating this whole season. Second place, Amos with 112, hanging into that second place spot. In third place, Time Flies making an absolute push with 99 points. Gravedigger Legend with 96. There I am in fifth place, Bigfoot with 94. Gravedigger right behind me. Engine 85, then Rod Ryan Show, then Wolf's Head, then Chillin' Villain. God, it's getting crazy. Let's get ready for some all-out destruction tour.
Destruction! Are you talking, guys, with the sucking blade? Run destruction! Engines roar, skies ignite, metal beasts in endless fight. Tires crush the earth, fuel-fed chaos giving birth. Madness reigns, no retreat. Feel the thunder, feel the heat. Through the flames we rise, monsters in the sky.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that is for all-out destruction tour racing. Let's take a look who we got lining up at the line. Cryo Wolf out of Fresno, California, and Chillin' Villain missed an event, and that really hurt him in the point standing, so he's looking to get back tonight and get that momentum going, as he's going to be taking on the truck Immortal, who's being driven by Falf this week. I made the mistake and said that Falf drove last event, but that was actually Tay 2 Valid, so I apologize to Tay for that. Falf, though, behind the wheel tonight, and I mean behind the wheel. He's a wheel driver, as I like to say. They are the guys that sit in the truck and actually drive these things. He ain't on no controller. As we get ready to watch round one action, Cryo Wolf and Chillin' Villain versus Falf and Immortal. Falf drove this track last night for the Saturday Tour, so he is familiar with this, and he's in a Willman, so he should feel right at home during this race. But Cryo Wolf, not to be taken lightly, as he is improving every week as a racer. In fact, he's got a racing win under his belt this season as they head into the first turn. Falf looking good, Cryo Wolf looking good, dead even at the half. This is all going to come down to this last turn. Cryo Wolf looks really good as Falf goes wide. And this is going to be a big win for Cryo Wolf, and boy, does he need the points. Big time victory for Cryo Wolf in Chillin' Villain. The truck that doesn't actually exist in real life, but was actually modeled after a toy. So if you're not familiar with that truck, that is why. As we get ready for Engine 85, driven by Lurch out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Lurch has had his ups and downs this season. He finished strong in freestyle last time he was out. Tonight, he's getting a gift as he gets a buy run in the first event because the person who was supposed to race him can't get their truck started. Unfortunately for them, but good thing for Lurch is he's going to be able to pick up some easy round 1 points here in Engine 85, and he's somebody who is sitting right now right on the cusp of World Finals. He's trying to get himself a World Finals berth, but the good thing about a buy run is you get an opportunity to feel the track out, so that's exactly what we're going to be looking to see Lurch do here in Engine 85. As he gets into that first turn, Lurch looking good, goes a little wide, but Lurch also a guy on wheels, so he's sitting inside that truck driving as he gets a little wild and hits the car. But you know what? He might as well make that run exciting since it was a buy run. So Lurch moving on to the next round with a bit of a gift as he almost loses it there, but he's able to pull her back on the all fours. An exciting buy run for Lurch as we get ready for our next race. Thomas out of Staunton, Virginia, driving Wolf's Head. This truck has seen quite the journey this year, driven by Floof 1 week. On Saturday Tour, they won racing last night because H3, who's a new driver, got a chance to drive it. Now, his opponent, Bryce Bo out of Corpus Christi, the young upstart guy, who's had his ups and downs as well. So this should be a pretty good race. Both these guys could really use a win to boost their confidence, as Thomas is a great freestyle, but hasn't fared that great in racing. He did beat me though, so I guess I should shut up. As Bryce was sleeping on the line a bit, both drivers get a little weird into that first turn. Thomas is able to pull it back in, but they are pretty even at the halfway point. So another race coming down to that final turn. Into the final stretch. Thomas is going to eke this one out, but a valiant effort by an Escalade. Bryce Bo really closed the distance there, but not enough, as Wolf's Head, driven by Thomas, is going to be moving on to the second round. That truck will not be denied. Now, you guys all know this truck. This is Max D, driven by Beamng with 303 out of the Northeast. Beamng, a very proud driver. He'll tell you in the pits just how good he is. And he'll be taking on Rod Ryan, driven by Kaser of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Now, he has a freestyle win, but he has struggled when it comes to racing. So, needless to say, a win here would certainly help him feel like he's getting back on track. But Max D is going to be standing in his way. And anytime you go up against Max D is, you know, Tom Mentz made this truck famous for a reason, and that's because it's fast. As you see right there off the line, Max D gets a big lead on Rod Ryan's show. I don't know if he was sleeping on the line, didn't get to go in time, but Max D out to a big lead. Rod Ryan show playing catch up. Can he do it? He goes wide, and Beamng with 303, and Max D is going to move on to the next round with a big time victory. He definitely could use that, as Max D is your winner tonight. Again, that truck's so famous. If you're going to drive Max D, you're going to need to bring it, and that's exactly what Beamng with 303 did there in the first round. As we take a look at our points leader, Avenger, or as some people call him, Avenger, Phoenix, Brighton, Michigan, our current points leader. What can you say about Phoenix and Avenger this season? He's got freestyle wins, he's got racing wins, the top driver in my opinion right now, but looking to stop his streak, Chillin' Villain, Cryowolf, who looked very good in round number 1. So needless to say, this is a tough race for Cryowolf, but he has those flashes of brilliance. Will we see that this race, or will Avenger and Phoenix do what he does best, and that's leave other drivers in his dust? Let's find out as we get ready for some round 2 action. Chillin' Villain versus Avenger. The drivers are staged, ready for that go. Both drivers get a solid start into the first turn. Both drivers looking very good for this race. Avenger with a bit of a lead, but you see how quickly Avenger gets right back into that turn. That's what makes Phoenix so dangerous, and he's going to pick up a big win over Cryowolf, and he's going to be moving on. Now, I say big win, but Phoenix just beat... Oh, wait a minute. You're not going to believe this. I'm getting word that Avenger's been disqualified for deleting that car. It is stated clearly in your rule book, you cannot delete any vehicles, and it looks like, I don't know whether he did that by accident, by doing freestyle, but he forgot to put it back. Unfortunately for him, though, that's going to cause him to get disqualified. So Avenger out of here. It's anybody's race now. As you get a look at me, E.G. Lately out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm running the Bigfoot Power Wheels truck made famous by Dan Runte in the Penda series. And my opponent is going to be Lurch in Engine 85. Both of us drive on wheel. This is about as real as it gets, folks. Both of us sitting in the cockpit of these big, massive trucks, driving the way they were meant to be driven, and that is on a wheel and foot pedals. Let's see what driver has what it takes to move on to the second round. Now, Lurch has had his troubles in racing, but he has been doing very well in freestyle. But let's get ready to race as both drivers get a good green light into the first turn. Lurch goes wide. We are dead even at the half. Lurch holding on for control as he goes wide into that second turn. That's going to give me an opportunity to pick up a big W, but Lurch closing the gap. It's just not enough, and that is a big win for me because I've been getting some real tough matchups this season in those early rounds. So Lurch gave me all I could handle. Great race, wheel to wheel, just the way I like it. As we move on to our next race here, Little Do out of Newport, North Carolina, our second place points leader in Amos Moses. This guy, you never know what version you're going to get. Either he's going to be super, super fast or he's just going to be having a rough time. He's going to be taking on Thomas in Wolf's Head. Now, I will say, though, you cannot sleep on Little. He is so fast sometimes. It depends. We have a running joke between me and him that 1 out of 5 races he throws down are some of the best racing you'll ever see. So let's go green. Both trucks get a solid start. Little into the turn first. But Little's out of control. Thomas stays in control. Little, oh man, tough break for Little too, as he's going to end up into the wall. And I know he's going to be frustrated about that. As I tell you guys again and again, you do not understand just how tense it is lining up on those lines, especially as a rookie. Little Do has had such a great season so far, so I hate to see that happen to him in his first race of the night. We're moving on to our next race. Time Flies, driven by Helton. As you see there, supporting the YouTube channel, Lately Racing, Lately Gaming. So we appreciate Helton for rocking that flag in support of the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're liking these videos. And he'll be taking on Max D, who again looked really good in round number 1, but does he got what it takes to defeat Helton? Because let me tell you something, Helton has really come on very strong towards the end of this season. He got off to a shaky start, but boy, has he been on absolute fire lately. As we go green, both trucks dead even off the jump. As Max D gets in trouble, Helton is going to have a nice, easy race here in round number 2. Tough break for Max D, as he just probably put a little too much into it. He's got that all-or-nothing attitude, and sometimes that pays off, and sometimes, unfortunately, it ends in disaster. So sorry to the Max D fans out there. Helton in Time Flies is going to be moving on to the semifinals. Big win for Time Flies as he continues that massive climb towards the end of the season up the point standings. So this is our first semifinals race. That's me and Bigfoot. Happy to be here. Power Wheels, Dan Runte, and I'm going to be taking on Cryo Wolf and Chillin' Villain. Now, me and Cryo race a lot in practice, and I'll tell you, we're always trading off wins and losses, but this is nice to be in the semifinals. I will say that, but Cryo can really put it down as we get ready to go green. Both trucks about even. I hit a little bit of a bump that popped my truck up and put me a little out of control. As we get to the halfway point, Cryo and me pretty much dead even into that final turn. Cryo gets into it first. And oh, what a finish I think Cryo got me, though. Let's go to the replay and take a look at what happened here. You can see me into this final turn. Cryo's able to keep his momentum as I had to adjust last second, and that's all Cryo needed to pick up that half a truck length victory over me. So I'm really upset, but you know what? He beat me fair and square, and I got to take it like a man. Chillin' Villain moving on to the racing finals as we get ready for Thomas in Wolfhead. After the thing that happened with Avenger, you see the drivers now checking cars. That's just to make sure that everybody's following the rules. Had Phoenix not run over that car at the end of his run, I think he probably would still be racing, but fortunately rules are rules, and they apply to everybody, even if you're running the league itself. As Time Flies and Helton line up against him. Both these drivers coming into this race looking very good. We haven't seen Thomas in the semifinals of racing very often, but Wolf's Head did win the Saturday Tour with driver H3, the new guy. Can he do it twice in a row and win the Sunday Tour? That would be great for teams Wolf's Head, as Helton gets a bit of a jump off the start, and Thomas and Wolf's Head gets a little out of control. Helton is going to have another easy victory as Thomas and Wolf's Head, I don't know what happened to him, but he lost control into that back stretch there. So that's going to be a big win for Helton. I'm sure Thomas is upset with that run as he looked so good earlier on. But Helton with that lately racing flag, you got to love to see it. I don't mind seeing that in the finals as we get ready for our final race of the evening. Chillin' Villain versus Time Flies. Both drivers looking very good tonight. Chillin' Villain got there by beating me. Time Flies got there by beating Thomas in Wolf's Head. Let's get ready for All Out Destruction Tour Finals. Helton again. What can I say about this guy other than he's come on and been on absolute fire towards the end of this season, which is exactly what you want to head into the World Finals on a roll and hot. Speaking of the opposite of hot, Cryo Wolf in Fresno, California in Chillin' Villain looking to cool off. Time Flies, a little bit of monster truck humor for you there, folks, because Chillin' Villain's all about that cold, hard run, while Time Flies is all about that heat versus cold. In your final race of the night, Chillin' Villain versus Time Flies. Let's get ready to race. Both drivers have a solid start into the first turn. Both drivers look pretty even. Dead even at the half. Into that final turn, Chillin' Villain goes wide. Helton goes short, and Time Flies is going to pick up a huge victory tonight. Tough break for Chillin' Villain. I wish he would have done that during my race, but no use crying over spilled monster trucks as Time Flies. And your racing winner tonight, Helton, picking up another victory. He won freestyle last week. Now he's got a racing win under his belt, and man, who is going to stop this guy so hot right now? Helton looking very dangerous heading into that last bit of stretch. As we take a look at the current point standings, Avenger still in first place, even with that DQ, with 146 points. Amos Moses has a tough night tonight, 128 points, but he is still in second place. Helton is still in third place with Time Flies, 122. As you look in fourth place, that's me and Bigfoot. We are now in the top four, boys. Let's go. 116 points. In fifth, Rod Ryan Show with 106. Wolf's Head in sixth place. Engine 85 and Lurch now in seventh. That is a qualifying spot for World Finals if he can hold it. Chillin' Villain moves up to eighth from 10th. In ninth, Gravedigger the Legend, driven by Electric Sins. We haven't seen him the past 2 weeks. Maybe he'll be back next week. And in 10th place, Gravedigger. I've been your host, EG Lately, for All Out Destruction Tour. I'm saying I'll see you guys next week.